Okay, so Blake Lively is really in damage control mode right now. We just got news that another one of her motions was denied by the judge, marking yet another loss in her ongoing lawsuit. She was trying to sanction Justin Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman, for talking about her to the press. But the judge shut that down, saying Friedman's statements were made so far in advance of the trial date that they wouldn't likely prejudice any proceedings. Basically, the judge seems to be signaling that Blake's team isn't presenting a strong enough case, and he's not putting up with what he perceives as desperate tactics. This comes right after her team sent a letter to the judge, practically begging him not to toss her case out. It's been over a year and 3 months, and despite all the evidence presented, they're still trying to convince the judge to look at things differently. They're pointing to a recent appeals court ruling in New York, arguing that a case shouldn't be dismissed if there's enough evidence to support the claims, even if the law might suggest otherwise. It's pretty clear they're terrified the judge is going to dismiss a huge chunk, or even all, of her lawsuit. People magazine even picked up on this, highlighting Blake Lively's push for a jury trial in the Justin Baldoni case. Her team is basically saying, look at all this evidence we've collected. It should go to a jury. But Justin Baldoni's team has consistently argued that even if everything Blake is claiming were true, she still doesn't have a case. The fact that Blake's team is sending these last-minute, desperate letters really speaks volumes about their confidence right now. It seems like they're trying to use every last legal maneuver to keep this case alive, suggesting they know they're in a tough spot. Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are trying to control their public image with a very interesting social media move. Ryan first posted an old photo of them, possibly from 10 years ago, with the Pink Floyd song, Time. Blake then reposted it with the same song. Now, Ryan is known for being a marketing genius, so nothing he does is by accident. The lyrics they chose, tired of lying in the sunshine, staying home to watch the rain. You are young and life is long and there's time to kill today. And then one day you find 10 years have got behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun, are really telling. This song is all about how time reveals truth and consequences. I think they're trying to send a message that time will tell, and critics will eventually be proven wrong. The 10 years have got behind you line is particularly interesting, as it could be a nod to how long they've been together or a specific time frame in this situation. It sounds less nostalgic and more confrontational, like they're unified and confident, showing the world what they've accomplished together, including their 4 children. It's a bold statement, and it definitely feels like a strategic move to project strength and unity amidst the ongoing legal drama. It's fascinating how public opinion shifts. Comments on articles about Blake Lively's court case, especially on People magazine, initially favored her, but now they're overwhelmingly pro-Justin Baldoni. I'm curious what the courthouse will be like during the trial. Will people rally for Justin like they did for Johnny Depp, with Justice for Justin signs? That would certainly impact Blake. Someone sent me a video of Blake Lively at Fashion Week, navigating crowds, and I can't help but think that's how her courthouse arrival will feel. It's wild, she wants to put herself through this. And get this, I saw a video that seemed so outrageous I had to verify it wasn't AI, but it's real. It shows Ryan Reynolds behind the scenes of a Deadpool movie, undergoing 8 hours of intricate makeup. After all that work, he looks in the mirror and says, "No, it's wrong. We're going to need to start again, guys." How incredibly disrespectful to those artists. This definitely aligns with industry whispers about him being difficult to work with. I've interviewed him and always thought he was nice, but maybe I was wrong. On another note, I met Eve in West Hollywood, and she shared something interesting, a seminar from the Institute of Entertainment Law and Business, organized by the Beverly Hills Bar Association. One session was titled, "What is Happening in Defamation from Blake Lively to the Queen's Gambit?" Analyzing lessons from recent and pending litigation. I wish I'd known about it. I looked into the Queen's Gambit case. Chess champion Nona Gaprindashvili sued Netflix in 2021 over a line claiming she'd never faced men, which was untrue. She sought $5 million and settled in 2022. Most cases settle, but I doubt Blake Lively's will, given their failed settlement meeting. It's intriguing that her case is already a learning point. Finally, let's talk about a new trend among Hollywood men. The rise of male cheek fillers, creating a chipmunk look. The Daily Mail highlighted Barry Keoghan and Ryan Gosling as examples. A dermatologist explained that large volumes of filler especially older hyaluronic acid types, can lead to a rounded, puffy appearance, softening natural masculine angles. While it can refresh and sharpen the face, restoring mid-face structure, the effect when smiling or laughing can be those telltale chipmunk cheeks. Examples include Jim Carrey, whose new look sparked conspiracy theories, and Simon Cowell, who openly discusses his regrets. Tom Cruise's face also looks noticeably puffy despite his fit physique. Barry Keoghan at the Peaky Blinders premiere looked quite different, with fuller cheeks and lips. Ryan Gosling on Jimmy Fallon also showed a much fuller face, especially when he smiled. It's surprising to see someone like him do this, but it seems men are feeling Hollywood's pressure to defy aging too. Even Daniel Craig, Mr. James Bond himself, now has fuller cheeks compared to his hollower Bond days. I'm truly upset about Zac Efron. He was so handsome. Even before 30, his chin widened dramatically. He attributed it to accident surgery, but his entire face looks different now with Botox and fillers. It breaks my heart how much he altered his beautiful face. Guys, please stop this. Another good-looking man who's done something weird to his face is David Beckham. Why? He's naturally handsome. His face looks puffy, with prominent cheeks contrasting his natural wrinkles. I wish Bradley Cooper was on this list. We discussed his drastically new face last year, though at least you could still recognize him. What is it with these guys and their faces? I mean, Jim Carrey, Simon Cowell, Tom Cruise, Barry Keoghan, Ryan Gosling, Daniel Craig, Zac Efron, David Beckham, they're all doing it. It's like they're all secretly competing to see who can get the puffiest cheeks. And it's not just the cheeks, it's the lips, the eyes, the chin. It's a whole transformation. I'm so bummed about Zac Efron. He was such a good-looking guy. I remember my husband coming back from a press conference with him years ago, before Zac even turned 30, and he showed me photos. I was like, whoa, what happened to Zac Efron? His chin looks so much wider. He later claimed it was due to surgery after an accident, but his whole face just looks so different now with all the Botox and fillers. It truly breaks my heart to see what he's done to that beautiful face. Guys, seriously, you have to stop this. And then there's David Beckham. Why? He's another one of those naturally good-looking men. Why would he do this to his face? His cheeks are so puffy and stand out, even though he still has wrinkles around his eyes and forehead. It just looks really weird. I gotta say, I miss Bradley Cooper on this list. We talked so much about him last year when he showed up with a completely new face. At least with him, you could still tell it was him. He didn't have to release a statement saying, "It's me, I just did a lot of stuff to my face." The funny thing is, none of these guys would ever publicly admit they've had work done, except for Simon Cowell, because at that point, people were literally asking, "Who are you?" That's all for me today, guys. I hope you have a fantastic weekend and enjoy the Oscars. I'm really curious to see how many new faces show up on the red carpet this Sunday. Thanks so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. I'll see you soon. Bye!